Thank you. Mr. Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks again, Secretary, for the time. I have a question. Maybe it's overly simplistic, but I apologize for that in advance. I'll get to that in a second, though. I just want to touch on something you said in the last round of questioning. At the end of one of your answers, you said that the federal government should not be afraid to raise revenue. I may have just understood what you were getting at there, and I missed the context maybe, but can you elaborate on what you were getting at there?
Sure. So, in my experience as mayor, when people understand what tax dollars are going for, there's a lot more comfort and support and trust there. And you see that when there's a school district putting together a bond to get new schoolhouses. You see it in the remarkable success of initiatives across the country. I've seen them from Texas to California at the local level to put together the revenue to make a big investment. Now, of course, that's what the president's seeking to do as well. Although in this case, it doesn't involve asking the ordinary Americans to reach into their pockets the way that many individuals have been willing to do in some of these school bonds or other local things. It's done simply by asking corporate America to pay its fair share. But at a national collective level, it's the same thing philosophically. It's a country deciding that we're going to set aside some amount of our productive capacity to make an investment in our competitiveness. And of course, through the history of civilization, that's how infrastructure has been funded, but it doesn't happen without political will.
Sure, I got you. Okay, just wanted to clarify. I would just submit, we don't have to get into a tax debate here, that when corporate America pays taxes, when those who create jobs pay taxes, we all end up paying taxes or losing our jobs in return. But my simple question is why is 571 billion the right number? I don't mean that to poke or to question the intent, but can you just give us at a top level the elevator speech on why 571 within the Jobs Act for the transportation elements is right?
Sure. And of course, as you know, there are a lot of different perspectives on this. Some folks saying to go even further, others saying, can we put together that much? But it was really driven by an awareness of the need that we face as a country. Our department estimates about $1 trillion backlog just in maintaining what we've already got. You look at, I think the chair cited the American Society of Civil Engineers numbers, which may not quite be apples to apples to what I'm describing, but show another need, again, in the trillions for what we've got to do as a country. And the numbers are designed to fit around specific outcomes that we want to deliver. The 20,000 miles of road that need to be improved the most, the 10,000 bridges that need to be improved the most, the 10 major economically significant ones that need attention. The cost, at least our estimate of what it would cost to actually move our rail infrastructure into the future and so on across the different pieces inside and then beyond transportation infrastructure. We're certainly open to input on where our partners in Congress believe that the needs are greatest and how that fits, but our best take on what we can do and frankly what we have to do guides us toward the scale and scope of the president's plan.
All right, great. Thank you for that. And then I would just end with, in my district, I represent a northern district of LA County where we have just outside of our district line in Edwards Air Force Base. We have a lot of aerospace and defense infrastructure and footprint, both federal level, but also on the private and commercial side of things. We have a facility called Plant 42, which is really a crown jewel to our nation's security. A lot of high-end development, a lot of sustainment work, construction of the F-35, development and build of the new bomber. Going into that facility, we only have a single point of entrance, with thousands of workers, several different companies, federal agencies, including NASA involved, the U.S. Air Force and other services. This single point of entrance is also hindered by a choke point of having a railroad going right across the intersection that feeds into this plant. This is obviously a clear candidate for a transportation improvement and beyond being a jobs creator, a job sustainer and quality of life of those working there. But it also has very significant national security implications. As you can imagine, that becomes a very vulnerable site. So We don't have to go into the details here. I'm looking forward to having a deeper dive on this one, especially within this committee, but also in other opportunities. But I would extend an invitation to you to come out. We had the acting secretary of the Air Force come out just a couple of weeks ago to see firsthand in our district the unique elements of my district. Is we have the worst traffic probably in LA County, but then we also have some of the most urban areas and some of the challenges with broadband infrastructure and whatnot as well. So the full gamut of transportation challenges. I'd love to be able to show you around in 25th District at some point. And I'll yield back. Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
Thank you. I'd enjoy taking you up on that.